Hey, what's up, guys? Sumner Healey here from landinvestor.co, and today we are trying a new format on the YouTube channel. If you guys don't know, we run a really popular Discord. It's freaking awesome. If you want to learn more about it, landinvestor.co/Discord, you can join for free. What we're going to be doing in this new series, we're going to try this. We're going to take questions out of the Discord and answer them here on YouTube. I think this will help the Discord members. I think it'll also create really good content because the truth is I've made over 1,500 videos in the last 12 months. I feel like in a lot of ways, I've covered almost every nook and cranny of the land business. And maybe I'm just not that creative, but I've started to run out of ideas. And so what I'm going to do is use the community to generate content, and ultimately it should be more relevant for everyone. So if you guys have questions I want to answer, and get inside of our Discord, landinvestor.co/Discord, put your questions in there and you might just make it on the YouTube channel. So today's question is a dispositions related question. It comes from one of our LIA members, Ari. Here's the question. He says, does anyone have feedback on listing photos being taken on a non-sunny day? One realtor I'm working with gave some moody photography, gloomy weather, and they mentioned that they like the vibe. No shade, but I don't care about vibes. I care about the listing getting traction and offers being made. I care about the same things. So let's zoom out on this question. Really, this is a much broader disposition marketing related question beyond just taking photos on a sunny day. I have done almost every kind of listing variant out there. We've done Google Earth images, we've done two-dimensional map images, GIS images, we've done boots on the ground photos, we've done Google Street View images, we've done drone images, we've done it all. And what I found is a really kind of clear, obvious winner out of all these categories, and that's drone photos that are edited with lot lines that show the property from multiple angles. So when we get a drone photographer or a realtor, we always say, hey, we want 5 boots on the ground, 5 low, 5 medium, 5 high. You need to show the property from all different angles as well. So show me from the east, from the north, from the south, from the west. Give me every angle of that property. And if there are any substantial features, creeks, graded driveways, a well, a power box, like if there's anything on the property, that also needs to be photographed as well. And what we found is it's such a clear night and day difference between having drone photos and kind of the right sequence of drone photos versus the folks that are still trying to sell their properties with Google Earth images. What I've found is if you're playing that game, of course your properties can still sell, but now your one kind of competitive advantage is price. I know I want to give a discount to the next buyer. In fact, it's kind of a prerequisite in this business, but at the same time, I want to use emotions to compel someone to pay a little more of a premium for my property and ideally get more eyeballs on the property. Everything in this business and any other business is really just a byproduct of how many eyes can we get and how many of those eyes can we convert. So when I look at getting a land listing up, the first thing that I look at is how many views am I getting on this property? How many saves am I getting on this property? And then how many of those folks are actually being converted? Now that conversion comes down to both the marketing and I think also having calls to action sprinkled without the listing. But that first point in the funnel is just getting the gosh darn eyeballs on the property. Now let's talk about the sunny day versus cloudy day. Frankly, it doesn't really matter that much. What we found for drone photos, you want early morning or you want late afternoon, just like in standard photography, right? You want golden hours. And I would actually argue that a little bit of drama in the photos is going to go a long way. And so if you can have a storm brewing in the background, I actually think that bodes pretty well. Now, in a lot of cases, we're not going to wait to do our photos for when a storm rolls through, but our team will sauce up and edit these photos to really pop. What you want to have happen is someone scrolling through Zillow and boom, this cover image just stands out. It's like, whoa, I got to click on that. Well, there's because it's so polished, it's so edited, or there's a big storm brewing in the background. So what I don't want is super flat lighting, which could be a sunny day in the middle of the afternoon. What we've learned with drone pilots, photographers, realtors, you really got to hold their hand. You cannot assume that these people know what they're doing without they're professional photographers. So we really give like an SOP to our drone pilots or our realtors and say, this is what we want. Here's the time we want it taken. Here's the kinds of photos. Here's some previous examples that you can reference. And one of the little ninja things that we do is we'll have a drone pilot or a realtor, whoever's taking the photos. And ideally we get the realtors to take them. One of our little kind of litmus tests for if they're a good land realtor is if they have a drone or they have access to a drone. If they don't have access to a drone or own a drone, they probably don't list a lot of land. Because if you've been in the land business for any amount of time, either as a land investor or a realtor, drones are essential. Land does not photograph well, boots on the ground. Land has to be from a bird's eye view, in my opinion. What we'll do though is we'll have them take all the photos. They'll export it to us, Dropbox, Google Drive. I have a VA on our team that will go and edit these photos. We put lot lines, we really spice them up with some color correction. And we'll actually kind of give a breakdown on some of the key features. So maybe we'll have a little arrow that says, hey, so-and-so creek, or hey, here's the well. Hey, here's a major interstate. Hey, here's where the utilities are. Now on the MLS, you've got to be careful. You can't put too much text on there. We've kind of found that perfect threshold, and that does a really good job, because what we need to do initially is convey a picture or a story, more so a story, picture's kind of redundant, through a picture to a buyer. I think we have really 3 photos to tell a full story. You've got the cover image, and then someone clicks on it, and you've got 2 additional photos. In those 3 photos, you've got to tell them everything they need to know about the property, or at least create a slippery enough slope to where they continue looking at the photos or they continue reading. There's a concept in copywriting called the slippery slope, and that says every sentence you write should make someone want to read the next sentence. I think that very much applies to photography in the land business. So Ari, I hope that helps. When I look at most land investors' disposition marketing, frankly, it's trash. It's not rocket science to do it right. You just need to spend a little more time there, find the right third-party drone pilots, realtors, whatever you're going to use, build an SOP for it, and figure out what actually moves the needle. Maybe you don't trust what I'm saying and you want to go test it yourself. Go throw up the same listing on Facebook, one with drone photos and one without. Go throw up a listing with afternoon photos from a drone and sunset photos from a drone, and you'll see exactly what I'm talking about. This has been true in my experience. I imagine it's going to be true in yours. All right, guys, if you want to get your question answered, landinvestor.co/discord. And it just as a reminder, starting December 2023, we are only allowing 15 people into LIA every month. If you guys want to get on the wait list, landinvestor.co/apply, and we'll see you guys in the next video. Be well.